In the US, results of the midterm elections are continuing to come in, and at this stage, the control of Congress still hangs in the balance, while projections appear to show that the Republicans could take control of the House of Representatives. The Senate remains on a knife edge. Well, let's bring in now Professor Natasha Lindstedt from the Department of Government at the University of Essex in the UK. So, Natasha, not the red wave that many people had been predicting.
Right, and I think when we were just looking at the polls and the fact that it was almost 80% of Americans felt that the economy wasn't going in a very good direction, and also the fact that usually the party that is not with the incumbent president, they tend to do well in the midterms. And so we were predicting it was just going to be this big red wave, but that really hasn't happened. And in fact, back in 2018, when the Democrats were contesting against Trump, they actually picked up a lot more seats than the Republicans did in the House this time. It looks like the Republicans are going to pick up maybe 12, 13 seats and take a majority in the House. But as you mentioned, the Senate is a toss-up, and there were many that thought that the Republicans were going to be able to flip enough seats to take the Senate. And the other thing to note is that there were some key other races for governor, for Secretary of State, for Attorney General, and so forth that have not gone the way Trump would have liked it to. There have been many Trump acolytes that have not done well. Key to that is in the state of Pennsylvania, Doug Mastriano lost in his race for governor to Josh Shapiro. And this is really important because he basically said that if he won, that he wouldn't support a Democratic outcome in the 2024 election. So this particular midterm was really, really significant for a lot of reasons besides just control over the House and the Senate, but also about the future of American democracy. And it really didn't go as well for Trump as he probably would have liked it to.
I wanted to ask you about that point. You started to outline it there, the fact that some of his endorsed candidates actually failed. What do you think this tells us then about Trump and the potential for a 2024 run? And of course, that expected announcement next week. Does it give us any indications?
So Trump is definitely going to run, and he controls the Republican Party. And this is actually to the detriment of the Republican Party. The Republicans underperformed. I mean, as I already mentioned, the economy is not doing well. At least that's how it's perceived to be by Americans. Joe Biden isn't that popular right now. So the Republicans had every reason to do really, really well in this midterms. They were really fired up. Polling revealed that, Republicans were really excited to go vote. And yet we see that the Democrats did really well, much better than expected. They were fired up by the abortion issue. It turned out they were more excited to go vote about that issue than polling had revealed. And there seems to be a lot of people that are willing to come to the polls to vote against Trump candidates. So I think that if the Republicans decide to stick with Trump, this is not going to bode well for them in 2024. And I think that's what these 2022 midterms revealed.